Well, coming out in the July 14th, 2015 edition of Motherboard Online Magazine, it is being reported that several members of the American Psychological Association announced their departure from the organization this week after a report exposed its role in enabling the U.S. torture program. Yes, folks, two members of the largest scientific and professional organization of psychology in the U.S. are retiring early, and another is resigning, according to a press release. Yes, folks, the New York Times is in the news again because they were the ones who first revealed the exits after a 542-page report showed how top members of the APA tweaked ethics policies to facilitate the CIA torture program. I've got a quote for you by David Hoffman, who is a former federal prosecutor. Quote, APA chose its ethics policy based on its goals of helping DoD manage its PR and maximizing the growth of the profession. End quote. Now, this was said by the independent review conducted by former federal prosecutor David Hoffman. Now, this report follows an executive summary of the CIA's, quote, enhanced interrogation techniques, end quote, which most of us in the world call torture, that was released by the Senate Intelligence Committee in December, which did include waterboarding, sleep deprivation, and rectal feeding. Okay, the APA previously called for accountability for the two psychologists who were reportedly paid, and get this, $180 million just for advising, and facilitating the CIA's techniques. So they not only advised, they helped, which we all know is consistent with torture and were not effective. The APA released a statement of apology on Friday after the report exposing just how much its members colluded with the CIA was first made public. Internal checks and balances failed to detect the collusion or properly acknowledge a significant conflict of interest at the very least. Nor did they provide meaningful field guidance for psychologists. Please note my video on the former FBI contractor who was murdered in Virginia. Now, Nadine Caslow, who is the chair of the Independent Review's Special Committee, she goes on to state in a statement that, quote, the organization's intent was not to enable abusive interrogation techniques nor contribute to violations of human rights, but that may have been the result, end quote. Now that does not sound like an apology to me, does it? Not good enough. So, here we have some hoopla on the sidelines, which should be in the mainstream media. I will leave a link to this very informative article in the Motherboard Online magazine. This has been Me the People. Break this news.